March 2021. I have with me today the Radiant White deck. We will be clarifying with Levita Sabila, and we will wrap the reading up with an angel answer card. So I've already done some meditation and shuffling on your sign and glyph, and we're going to get directly into the reading. So here we are. I'm going to put one more shuffle and rifle on these. I always like for you guys to see me pull the cards and place them down in their respective locations. So the last rifle, and we shall see what the cards have to say for us for March. Okay. 6 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. That's interesting. 5 of Pentacles. Okay, makes sense. 3 of Pentacles. The Lovers. The Queen of Wands. The 5 of Cups. The 4 of Wands. And the 7 of Pentacles. This is quite interesting. Okay. I do have 2 5s here and 2 6s. Okay. And right in the center, I have a major arcana card. So this is squarely the focus of what is happening here. The major arcana cards hold more sway and more weight than what are known as the pip cards. In this spread, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pentacles. I have 1, 2, 3 wands, a cup, and of course the major arcana. What is under or over the whole reading? We have the 6 of cups. So this is interesting because the first thing that I get is this idea that some of you may have recently moved house or attempted to move house or to upgrade and update your physical surroundings where you are now. Before I continue, this spread will apply to male, female, same-sex, heterosexual, and however you choose to identify yourself, okay? Therefore, let me continue now. I feel that there is a decision that some of you, I won't say that it is a decision in which you are kind of on the fence about. I get the sense that you know exactly what it is you want to do. This is why you're showing up here as this Queen of Wands. Now, even though this is the reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, I always counsel people to look at both your moon and your rising signs and the sun, moon, and risings of the people that you're involved with. But throughout the course of our life, we all embody different suits at different times. And so if this is about you having the desire, the fire in your belly, the wherewithal to go out and get some stuff done, then you are showing up as this Queen of Wands. Okay, she does not feel like another individual. So I get the sense that some of you have been in a position to perhaps help and assist with others, maybe even that you went into some type of partnership with someone. Okay, 3s represent the start of something new. It begins with the ace, the idea or the opportunity. Then you move to the 2, which is the choices and decisions that you have to make. And then 3, you're ready to move forward. But typically 3s will say that there's a bit more work or something else that needs to be done. I could say that this is strictly a financial situation, and for some of you it may be. but it is also a cautionary tale in terms of being able to look at how you are doing things. The pentacles simply represent the doing of something, the physical plane, all right? Here with the wands cards, wands, again, like I say, they represent the idea of the fire in your belly, what gets you up in the morning, what drives you to do the things that you do. And I do get the sense that perhaps maybe some of you took on a project, first of all, that did not perhaps go exactly the way that you wanted to, or maybe the gains or returns were not as you had hoped for. But also I feel that some of you took on some extra responsibilities that perhaps you should not have. And here, the Six of Pentacles, and this is not just about finances. Maybe it's not necessarily that you had money to give, but maybe it was your time. It was your knowledge. It was your skills and resources. Maybe you volunteered to do something, and I think you took on a bit more than perhaps you should have taken on. And with the Five of Pentacles, you're left feeling a bit of, I feel the idea is, and I think that they're showing me this idea that you are still continuing the work or whatever it is that you're doing, but you're really beginning to question the value of it. And what I mean by that is not in terms of necessarily what you are doing, the value in what you are doing, but in terms of what you are getting out of it. Okay? That's the question. I do feel for some of you that there may have been, and this could involve perhaps even someone close to you, a friend, someone from your childhood. Maybe it even represents your childhood hometown where you come from. But it is this around here. These three cards on the diagonal. And this is past, present, future with the interplay of the cards. And I do get the sense that some of you have, I go from the 6 to the 5. That leaves me an ace, right? That opportunity. We see it arise here. But then we come to this Lover's card. And this is not only the Lover's card, it is ruled by the sign of Mercury, which is the ruler of Virgo and Gemini. And Mercury rules sales, commerce, messages, news, faxes, texts, phone calls. It rules short distance travel. It rules siblings, lower education from, let's say, kindergarten to high school, and getting around in the neighborhood, doing things. I find that even though there's this quality of, you are doing it, maybe you did it out of the goodness of your heart, maybe you were approached, can you come and assist me? I feel that some of you are really in a place where you, as I say, are kind of waiting for the recognition or the rewards given to you. This is what the Seven of Pentacles represent. But out of all of this, the Four of Wands says that this is a stable situation. The stable of Wands. The Four of Wands represents the square is the most stable shape in the universe. And it implies that you have done the work, you have invested, you were wise, you were prudent, you have taken care of all of the things that you needed to take care of so that whatever this thing is can sit in a stable situation or stable space. Even if there's a bit of maybe feeling sorry for yourself, or maybe even feeling like it cost you more, and not maybe monetarily, but not monetarily, it just cost you more than what you expected it to. This could be, again, in terms of what you are doing and how much you took on. But I think what is, again, interesting to me is from the 5 to the 4, from the 10 to the 4 gives me 5 wands. And the fives always speak to the idea of changes and ups and downs and tension and perhaps sometimes even conflict, right? And so the Lover's card becomes extremely important because the Lovers represents a choice between head or heart. It is about marrying the masculine with the feminine, Okay? And this thing, I think, is a thorny situation for some of you. Now, this very well could be a romantic situation, in which case, let me give you the meanings of the 2 5s and the 2 6s. And you will get both 2 interpretations, so it'll be a total of 4. So 2 5s, 5 of cups and 5 of coins. Constant bickering, backstabbing, and ill will from others affect the relationship. And there is this idea of a third party involved in this, because I have these 3 people here. I have these 3 people here. And they also have those 3 figures in the card. So this very well could be a romance situation, or it very well could be a business situation where there's a third party that's kind of stirring the pot. Now, the 2 6s say issues surrounding equality may affect the relationship. That's the first set of interpretation. Here is the next set of interpretations. And the 2 5s and 2 6s, right? Yes. The 2 5s tell of new experiences ahead. As always, nothing is static. Things do change. They never stay the same, right? And then the meaning of the 2 6s speaks to justifiable faith and trust in your partner. And maybe this is waiting for the gains. Again, from the 6 to the 7 here is an Ace of Pentacles. Okay? But there's a choice here. And I don't know if the choice or the decision is yours to make, or if you're waiting for someone else to make that choice and that decision. Okay? But this card kind of says you can come to some type of harmonious resolution. That's the word that I'm looking for. So what I'm going to do is see if I can find out if any of these pip cards here have any association with this, and see if it can tell me anything. And I'm just going to read all of the pentacles out, because I'm going to be starting in the pentacles. And the 6 of Pentacles, let's see, with 3 Wands cards, is telling you to shift your focus from your work to your personal life. You need to find ways to relax and slow down your mind and body. It is prompting you to check your health and well-being. Care needs to be taken, as prevention is better than the cure. Okay? Remember I said it's like you took on more than perhaps you should have. The 7 of Pentacles tells me nothing. Okay? Which is down here. And now I'm going to move to the 3 and the 5. Okay, the first reading that I read about slowing down and paying more attention to your personal health, that was actually the meaning for the, no, that was the 6. I'm a bit confused myself. Hold on. Here we go, the 5. Here we go. The 5 of Pentacles next to the Lover's card indicates upheaval, miscommunications, misunderstandings, and arguments within a relationship. It tells of a lack of consideration within a partnership or relationship, and it may imply the ending of a close relationship or marriage. The message is to sort out any issues before they escalate, otherwise a breakup may be inevitable. It indicates a misunderstanding that may be causing unhappiness, and which may lead ultimately to the breakup of a relationship. And this could be any type of relationship: business, friendship, romance, even a family relationship. Maybe somebody working your nerves and you just got to kick them to the curb for a little while, right? Okay. And now we will look at the 3 of Pentacles. And the 3 of Pentacles gives me nothing. So now I will move to the Wands. We start with the 10 of Wands and then move to the 4 of Wands. Nothing about the 10. And then now the 4. Nothing about the 4. So now the only card that is left is the 5 of Cups. Okay. And to see if there is any information, the 5 of Cups, nothing about the 5 of Cups. However, what has leaped out, it says it asks you to consider carefully before making any major decisions, as the effects may have unforeseen consequences. That just kind of leaped off the page at me. So what I'm going to do is I want to know what this decision is here with the Lovers. What is the Lovers all about? Now, this can sometimes represent an actual couple, lovers, partners, spouses, whatever the case may be. And something has come between the two of you. So I will not rule that out. But again, as I say, it could also be a friendship or business partnership. There's definitely some financial issues surrounding this. So let's pull the cards on the Lovers. The Morte. This is a breakup or separation. Superbia. Due to a miscalculation of either the person or the situation. And there he is, the Gran Signore. Now, if I had to pick another card, they're telling me not to pull another card. They're telling me to explain what I'm saying in these three cards. The Morte card in this deck is the card of cosmic scissors, and it comes to cut a situation to completely finish and end it. This is great if you are trying to, I don't know, kick a drug habit or kick an alcohol habit, or if you've been in a situation in which it's been abusive or quite toxic for you, right? It speaks to the idea of something or someone occurring, and the situation can never go back to the way that it was before. There's been a Rubicon crossed, okay? This was due to a miscalculation of a situation or a person. So the Superbia card represents the idea of having made a mistake, right? It's not a continuous mistake. That would be one of the dileranti. This is like a one-off situation. It's not something that continually happens. It is also connected with the idea of the love of luxury and vanity. So maybe here with the finances involved, this could be one or other of the partners involved spending too much money or trying to, live a champagne life on a beer budget. It is most definitely related to this Gran Signore. Now, the Gran Signore would be the husband or the spouse or the partner of. But in a business context, this is going to be someone who may be wealthy, may have lots of stuff to share or to give, even including advice, is well known about town, has the connections. In other words, it is somebody with the power and the authority to help. But as we can see, something doesn't quite go right. Now, I have also seen sometimes the 6 and the 7 show up to say, you've been working on a project, but then somebody else takes the credit for it, or they take all the money for it, okay? So I do want you to be very cautious and be very careful. And this card just says to me, like, I can't believe that this situation happened to me. All of the stuff that we went through together, all of the stuff that we did together, I can't believe it. But this is about crying over spilled milk, right? You can't change the situation. It's already happened. So maybe easier said than done for you to not dwell on it and simply turn around and face those 2 cups that are in front of you, because that implies that there is some other kind of decision that can be made in which you will regain emotional balance, stability, and then the earned rewards that are due to you, okay? But while you are waiting, you will feel alone and isolated, as if nobody understands. And that's another one of these cards, feeling sorry for yourself. So don't feel sorry for yourself. The Death card has come to cut the situation so that it can move on, so that you can move on away from it. I don't see any swords here. So to me, it's not necessarily a whole bunch of messages and news, text messages, nasty letters, those kinds of things. It's not a lot of dwelling on it, thoughts. It's not the 8, it's not the 9, it's not the 10 of swords. There are literally no swords here. So this is really about trying to determine what your desires are and do they match up with what you are doing. Okay? Let's get one card going here. Formulate your question for the, I hope this message helped you. You know, because sometimes we get involved in situations in which, you know, literally what we get out of it ain't worth what we got to go through to get it. Does that make any sense? Okay. Sometimes the money ain't worth what you got to do, right? So, or you're doing something and you're giving it your all and nobody appreciates it. Because it says the situation will improve. All right, here we go. So I think this is a good idea not to necessarily dwell on it. Okay. I can say that because I'm reading the cards, right? When you're in the thick of it, you may not want to hear that, but you know. Your angels want you to know that they are aware that things look difficult right now. However, the situation is going to improve. It may take some time, and there will most likely be some hard work ahead of you. But the effort you put forth will be worth it, and things are going to get better. Now is not the time to give up on wounded friendships or ailing relationships. There is still hope for the future. So take heart and continue to work toward a partnership where both parties are fulfilled and happy in the future. And again, this applies to a business relationship. And there you are. It may take some time and hard work, but eventually it will be worth it and things will get better. So that's what I have for you, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for March 2021. I do hope that message helped you. And until next time, stay safe. Namaste.